Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. Today we are going to look at indexes, Bitcoin, and the possible price development of Bitcoin related to indexes as well. So today we are going to look at a type of combination with both of them, considering that many traders are actually following Bitcoin also with the stock market. So I'm going to begin with the two main indexes. This is related with one of the requests from our guys that is in our free trading group, US30 and S&P 500 and Metis DAO and DOT. These are going to be the first four, and after that the main ones for Bitcoin, Ethereum and some other good cryptos that we have shared during this period of time. So let's go on with the first one without taking a longer period of time. The first one that we are going to look at right now is S&P 500. Just 1 minute, please. As you can see on the daily chart, I'm going to delete this analysis that I shared today. You can see on the daily chart that price already tested this lower low on the daily structure. So it is obvious that we are going to have a strong support from the bottom of the structure. Most of the time the price tend to react at this area, so we need to be careful for the sell position, so we don't have to open sell positions close to the bottom. And what we can actually see here is that we have this possibility again. So on the daily chart, price is representing this type of movement that it can do another move up. However, we are going to look at it to break it down also on the lower time frame, because the daily time frame is a bit higher and we cannot trade on it. So let's break it down on smaller time frames. And what is also interesting related to this part here, after that we have some chances that we may see indexes to rise up again. We can see that price actually created this potential ABC movement. It's a potential movement because it can also develop in a way that it can make ABCDE movement. So the movement can end on the lower part of the structure. As maximum expectation for the correction related with the actual moment, I'm expecting this part. So this is a high probability scenario that can happen. Let's make it in this way right now. So considering that the overall economy is slowing down and we are expecting that the market is not going to perform very well, considering also the economic situation in Europe, in USA as well. And on the other hand, we are hearing the topic about the economic recession during this period of time. This type of scenario has higher chances to happen than the previous one. So we can see also a breakdown from the structure. The maximum expectation is that I'm expecting the price that it can come to 3,890. However, the price is a bit far up to that point because it's a deep correction. But if price is going to be there, definitely we are going to see some bearish movement from that point. So we need to keep our eyes on that movement, and we can go on again. I want to thank you all the guys that are actually joining the live stream. Thank you so much for being here today. And what we can also anticipate on the other side of the chart is that if we are going to break it down also on the smaller time frame, we are going to see that during the previous times price created price created this type of bearish pattern before the bearish movement. So we saw another bearish pattern here. This is very small because we are on the daily chart right now. And we can see that price already stopped at the bottom of the structure again. So look at where the price is actually right now. What may happen is that we may face two potential scenarios. One is that price can already test this zone here and it can come down, but we need to collect data how the price will develop there for the bearish movement. But on the other hand, if this correction is going to expand more, we can see price to come also close to this structure. This is also a high probability movement. And with this movement, we can see the bearish move as well. Also, this structure that is shown here can stop the D-wave movement that we are expecting. So both these areas are very strong interest areas for the bearish continuation movement. At least this is what I'm looking from this perspective, and it looks very well in my opinion. I'm not expecting any strong bullish movement on indexes. So overall indexes needs to create a type of correction. It can continue also by doing this movement like the same here, like the price did here, before the next move. But until that moment, we have to wait. It is not a buy moment at all. In my opinion, we just have to wait for the price to increase to these zones, and after that we can see for the sell opportunities. So this is the only one that we can see. One of the guys is asking about Bitcoin. Yes, we are going to look at also Bitcoin. Thank you so much to all of you. Just a moment to activate this here. I'll look at Bitcoin in some minutes after I'll finish with the ones that we actually have here. So just be patient and we'll go on with the other ones. The next one that was by request that I wrote also on the group that you can let me know what do you want me to check for the next time. This is US30. US30 and also US 500 and S&P 100, S&P 500 and US 100 and US 30, they tend to create a very similar movement. Exists the same possibility also here. They are very similar with each other. My overall expectation here is a bit different because the price already broke down from the lower part of the structure. So we need to be careful because US 500 and US 30 are showing two different possibilities. On US 30 you can see the price to correct close to this area and it can move down from here. I don't know if the price will find the bullish steam to increase before the bearish movement. But what we can do actually is that we can label our potential reversal areas, so maximum expectations that we can see. What I have observed on indexes, they have a strong tendency to respect the structure areas. They are not so volatile like the Forex currency pairs, so they work out a bit different. Most of the time, if you find the trend, you can ride it in a very good way, very easily. You can also see that the patterns are approximately the same also on US 30 and S&P. Same similar structure. Look at this here, very similar as well. So the price can bounce from this point only if our price right now is going to bounce above 29.6. So this is for the corrective movement. The first support and the strongest one that I am expecting is at 30,500, and a minor reversal that we can face is close to this small support area. So it will be close to 3000, and we can also see any small bearish reaction from this point. We need to be careful. So both these zones that I labeled out here at this area are showing that we can have massive pullback or probably small corrections as well. But definitely the price is going to react in both these points. However, for US30, we need to wait because we can never know if price is going to continue with the bullish movement or if price is going to expand this correction and to make something bigger here like a sideways movement before the next move down. So it can be also a complex scenario at this moment. Thank you to all the guys that are still joining today. I really appreciate it. Just let me know if you have anything. So considering what we are expecting on both indexes at the moment, we are going to look at the others one by one. The first one is by request, that was Polkadot. Price tested this strong support area on the 4-hour chart, and we can see that the price was slowing down. So overall, this is a moment that price is showing that it wants to continue higher. However, this movement is not happening only because of Polkadot, but this is happening because Bitcoin is actually building the bullish volume as well. So from the bottom part of the structure, we can see that price already broke out from this part of the structure. What we can actually expect is that we can see a smaller retest, and after that the price should continue to test the next zone. So the next zone that I would like to target for Polkadot will be the top of the structure. However, I'm not a big fan of small cryptos for day trading, but this is going to be the first target, and a major target will be the top of the structure. However, up to the major target we have time, because we need to see Bitcoin at 25,000 in order to see the price to increase to 9.5 here. So in my opinion, it is better to buy Bitcoin in this situation than Polkadot. However, the bullish scenario looks very good at this moment. This is the strongest point. If you want other target, you can target the small structure area that is not too far from the breakout. It is approximately 7%, and the next top is 20%. So this is not bad at all as movement. So let's see what is going to happen. The next one is Metis.dot. I don't like this too much. The structure is not very clear, so I wouldn't jump in this trade at all. We don't have any big data here, so the accumulation is very small. Price can bounce from this area, but I don't suggest at all to jump in this crypto right now. It can be very speculative as trading. So this is at least my personal opinion. So just let's stay out from Metis DAO, as I see. The next one that we are going to look at right now is going to be Bitcoin. The highest interest for all the crypto traders, because this is also the leading of the market, as we all know, the index of the market. During some days, I also shared an analysis and also a video analysis for Bitcoin when it was at this point. It is better that you will check it on my YouTube link. It will be very interesting. I'm looking at in two different perspectives. The first one is the structure that Bitcoin is actually facing. So 18.2, 18,000, let's say, up to 20,000 is a very strong resistance area. And what I'm expecting is that from the technical perspective, the price should rise more. If you can see from the point where I shared this analysis, it was 20,600. This is approximately 20,200 right now. It was approximately more than 8%. Let's say 8% is not bad at all as movement. And the other point that I'm actually looking on Bitcoin is that as long as the non-farm payroll data didn't break Bitcoin, the CPI data didn't move it lower than our support area. We had also FOMC that was at this moment, and also FOMC didn't manage to push Bitcoin down at all. So during FOMC, we didn't see this movement happening. As long as none of these news events related to the US data, let's say, none of them pushed Bitcoin lower, I don't think, in my opinion, that Bitcoin will move lower where it is right now. What we can see overall is that this movement came down as an ABC movement. We are actually having, we can assume that we are on the third wave right now. And the reason is simple, because if you are going to consider this type of breakout, look at the candles, how big they actually are. This is showing to us that we are in a bullish movement, and this is an impulsive movement. It is not a corrective one. What can happen is that even if price is going to test the broken structure right now, so this is all fine because it will be according to the price movement. This is how the price develop. Our next target will be the top of this structure. So you can buy, if you are not on this trade, on 19,700. This will be a very good area to join this trade. Look at the structure, how this is holding. But price can also create something smaller above 20,000 and it can bounce up again. I wouldn't be surprised to see also something similar like this one. Just be patient with the trade. We can never know how the price may develop, and after that it can continue. However, according to the breakout and what I'm expecting, that probably this is going to be a third wave or a C wave that can be extended, my expectation are that we can have also a similar movement like this here, because the price can keep moving lower. In this situation, it should move higher. We can have also a small correction like this one after the breakout, because this is not the right moment to have a bigger correction at this point. So let's see. As long as we are not market makers, we need to manage the risk on each trade. And 22.5 and 25 are the areas that I'm actually looking at for Bitcoin. So these are my expectations right now. Let's see how the price will develop. Also, if we look at this on a higher time frame, it makes sense that the price should change direction from this point. Overall, price is breaking a strong daily structure here. Look at the structure. This is the structure that the price is actually breaking out right now. So it should continue higher. Let's see how the price will develop up to the top, or probably up to the first zone, 22.5, and I will update again during the coming days, so all will be fine. It is not, we don't have to stay for a longer period of time on Bitcoin. The next one is Ethereum. What I am actually expecting is very clear. Price developed this 5-wave movement, and it is really strange because Ethereum is creating a very clear, let's say, movement according to Elliott wave theory. 5-wave movement up, 3-wave movement down. So it looks like a very nice pattern, as I see. It's very clear. We can see what is going to happen. So I want to thank you also all the guys that are joining from the trading view. Yes, I'm going to look at also Euro USD. What we can also see here is that the price is actually confirming the C wave that I was expecting. I have published this also on my profile. If we are going to look at this expectation, price already broke down from this small pattern. Look at the triangular pattern here. Even if price is going to test before it keeps moving higher, overall this is fine, so we don't have to be afraid at this point. It's a normal correction if price is going to move a bit down to test the structure. The bigger movement should be on the upper side again. This small pattern here is actually confirming the end of the C wave that I am expecting. So this was our movement, and probably we are at the end of the movement. However, we need to be careful all the time because we are not market makers. So we are just assuming and creating scenarios with what we can see here, so with the actual data. I would like to target higher zones for Ethereum. The first one is the top of the structure. I would like to target 1700, let's say 50, but probably also a bit lower if you want. So if you are in the trade since a long period of time, so from the bottom, also this part of the structure where the density of the candles is higher, also this is fine for closing profits. So 1550 will be fine as well. So these are very short-term targets, and the top target will be the top of the structure for the corrective movement. We can never know how this movement will be completed at 2000, but for the moment we are looking at this just only as corrective movement, because according to Elliott wave theory and how the price is actually created at this point, I am expecting that after this 5-wave movement that we have here and 3-wave correction, minimum expectation is an ABC movement that can be also a 1, 2, 3 wave movement. So we can be also on the third wave close to the top. But let's keep it simple in this way, and we are going to see what the price will do at 2000 again. It will be a very good movement overall. Another great opportunity that I want to share with you is also WhiteBIT token. I really like it for two simple reasons. The broker is well regulated, and on the other hand, we have history that keeps repeating over and over again. So it is not related with WhiteBIT token. WhiteBIT token is very new, but if you are gonna check the other tokens, you will see that they have a very high potential to increase the price. It's very simple in this situation. WhiteBIT wants to increase the price also by making it more easy to be traded also on other brokers. It was also shared, and now it is traded also on Hobby Global. So the volume that I'm expecting at this point should grow faster in the coming weeks, let's say. But if we see here at this candle, the one that I have pointed out here, just one moment. we can see that during the previous time price already reached 10.2. So as long as we have this sign right now, even if we are going to buy, price can increase as minimum up to 160%. So this will be very fast movement and it will be very profitable. Overall, I'm looking for higher targets on WhiteBIT token, but it should explode also with this movement. So also with 10, I'm really happy, but this has a high potential and this is on my daily watch list for the crypto trading. Also, this is a utility token, so it will be used a lot within the broker, and it's worth to have it on the lower part of the structure where this is right now. So you can check it out, for example, Binance Coin or let's say KuCoin, they have all a very high, very good experience at their beginning. So we are at the beginning here, and this is not a chance that we are going to have twice at this moment. So it's very, very good trading opportunity. The next trade that we have on our group since a long period of time. Thank you very much for your nice comment. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. The next one that I am actually looking at is XRP. We are on this trade on XRP since when the price was at the lower part of the structure. I have shared this several times, and overall this movement was expected. Now the price is in consolidation. Look at what I was looking at previously. Just one moment. This is the moment when I have shared XRP. The price was at 0.35 and you can see the bounce that happened on XRP. So I am from the bottom and now it's a risk-free trade for me, very profitable. You can see that the movement was more than 65-70% on XRP. And if we are going to look at this on the smaller time frame, we are going to see that price is actually creating this type of triangular pattern. So once the price will bounce above this point, we are going to see another bullish movement here. I really like this scenario and it will be the pattern for the continuation trade on XRP. So let's see how it will develop. It looks very interesting. And the other ones, thank you guys for joining again. The other ones that we are going to look at, I finished with the list that I actually have. The other one is Euro USD. One of the guys is asking on the TradingView chat. I'm going to look at it right now. We have to be careful overall with the Euro pairs and also for opinions on upcoming Powell speech. One of the guys is also asking about the upcoming Powell speech, but I don't have any idea at all. The problem is that Powell all the time supported USD and the US economy, but on the other hand, all the countries are having problems with the economic crisis and with the prices. So I don't know what they are actually doing, if they want to have a stronger dollar or they want to have a weaker dollar, because it doesn't make sense in the actual situation. So they are not stable on the speeches that they have. Sorry. So let's see what I was looking at also today on Euro USD is this part here. Just let me to make it clear from the beginning. On Euro USD, we are on this channel that is actually moving down. And overall, I was expecting for a bearish continuation movement for two simple reasons. I don't want to see euro to move down as long as I live in Europe. The problem is that this channel keeps pushing pressure on the euro. As you can see, all of these areas proved to be very strong on the past. The upper part that are the resistance areas and the support areas from below. So all the time that price came close, it bounced up, it came close, it bounced up again. So look at how the touch was almost perfect. So we can see as long as the parity level was already broken on Euro USD, what I'm expecting is that just only but looking at this line, the price has the probability to test the line again. So it is not a must, but considering that Eurozone is actually in big troubles, in economic crisis, on the other hand, we are having the problem with Putin that is threatening again the Eurozone and all the other, the collective West. We can see the price to move up to 0.9453 50, let's say, doesn't matter, before we can see any corrective movement on the upper side. So if I'm going to break it down again, this is something that it looks a bit ugly. It is not for trading at all. Just one moment. What we can see is that price broke down from the smaller pattern that was here, this small corrective pattern. This is looking very similar with the ones that we saw on S&P 500 before, and price is actually within this area. This is what I was looking at today, that probability is very high that if this zone is going to stop the price 0.97, probability is very high that we can see the price to develop more the correction. The problem is right now that we can see this triangle pattern to be broken and the price can keep moving lower. At this point, we can see the price to test 0.9450 and 0.95. That is also the next psychological price zone. However, we need to be careful because the price is actually overextended. It is not the right moment to jump on these trades. It can make any double bottom and it can reverse the movement again, and we can see also this type of accumulation. So it is not an easy process overall. I don't like at all to jump in this trade, in my opinion. It has higher chances to move lower than to increase higher. However, these are the possibilities that we can see with the actual data because we don't have any more data here. If I'm going to remove this, the only thing is this corrective pattern that is moving up and down, up and down. The sell can work out very well. I can't say the opposite at all, but it's very, very risky. Also the bearish movement. So we need more development overall. As long as the price already show it to be in a very strong area at 0.9550, and we can see the bulls to join the trade and to stop the fall below this zone again. So let's see, because it is needed more development. It is not an easy movement at this point, because if price is going to correct, we can see possibility also for a bullish movement that can test the support area that is close to this point, 0.98. So there are too many scenarios, and this is happening only because the price is overextended and it needs also to correct a little bit. But considering that we may have a potential correction on indexes right now, as they have a better and clear structure, probability is very high that we can see a double bottom and an upside movement. I hope that we are not gonna have other problems related to the war and to the threatening from the Russia right now, because after that the market will speculate a lot with that topic. So let's see, this is what I am actually expecting for the coming days. So I want to thank you all for joining today. If you have any question or you want me to check out any other currency pair or cryptocurrency, just let me know on the comment section of the YouTube video or TradingView video, and I will try to do my best. So until that moment, thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon. And don't forget to subscribe and press the like button. I would really appreciate it. It will help me a lot. Bye bye. Thank you.